So the DJI Osmo Action 6 just got its first major firmware update, and it brings roughly 8 new features. Some are more exciting than others. I think there's 3 that are pretty significant, and the others are a little more minor. But let's go over them in this video. So first of all, to activate that firmware update, it's like any other. You want to connect your Osmo Action 6 to your phone via Bluetooth and just power up that DJI Mimo phone app, make sure that the app is updated, and you should see an indicator to download the new firmware. And it takes a little while, maybe a couple of minutes, so just make sure that you've got enough battery life in your camera and your phone, and after a couple of minutes you should have the new firmware update installed. So the first one is 8K 30 frames per second maximum recording. So this is a pretty big one because prior to this update, the Osmo Action 6 was capped out at normal speed video of 4K 60, which compared to the other flagships, the GoPro Hero 13, which can shoot at 5.7K, and the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, which can shoot at 8K, 4K 60 was starting to look like, okay, we need to, do something else now. And so after this firmware update, you can now shoot in up to 8K 30 frames per second on the Osmo Action 6. Now there are some restrictions, like you can't apply your film tones, and you also cannot shoot in horizon leveling or 360 horizon steady. But you can still shoot in the custom framing mode, you can shoot in standard dewarp, you can use the new natural wide FOV, so a little bit of restrictions, but still, having 8K I think is a welcome feature to be adding to the Osmo Action 6. But the biggest benefit to being able to shoot in a higher resolution is to crop into your shot. So I typically won't be shooting at 8K all the time. Like even if I have that feature, I am usually going to be shooting in 4K because it saves me memory card space on the camera as well as on my editing device. But it gives you more flexibility to crop into your shot. So again, I'll be doing more image quality comparisons at various crops in the upcoming action camera comparison video. The next new feature is the ability to use those film tones not only in video mode, but also in photo mode. So the film tones are brand new on the Osmo Action 6. We have not seen that on any DJI Osmo Action cameras before. And up until this firmware update, you could only do it in video mode. So now you can apply them in photo mode as well. And yeah, that's nice because the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 also has its own set of filters or film tones that were available in photo and video mode. And so now the Osmo Action 6 offers that in both modes as well. Next up, we have new quick start button options. So on the Osmo Action 6, and I think most Osmo Action cameras, the side button here, which is the power button, is also known as the quick start button. And so when you have the camera powered on, if you tap that button, you're able to do various options. And so after the firmware update, there are 2 new ones added. You can now use the quick start button to zoom. So you can do 1-time zoom or 2-time zoom and kind of go back and forth between the 2. Or you can power the screen off to save battery life. So it's nice having those options. I personally just like to leave it on the default though of switching between my modes. So I use that quick start button to go between photo mode, video mode. You can even program it to add other shooting modes like super night mode and time-lapse or hyperlapse mode, but I just leave it on photo video mode. The next update is one of those exciting updates. I don't think it's the most exciting one, but it's the second most exciting one. And that has to do with the new macro lens that you can get with your Osmo Action 6. So this is purchased separately, and it only works with the Osmo Action 6, so it doesn't work with older Osmo Action cameras. But what's nice about it is that even before this firmware update, you can use it to replace this filter up front, and you can shoot close up and also get a blurred out background, which is something that previously you can't really do on action cameras. So I've been liking this new macro lens, but one thing, even when I did my initial review about it, I was having a hard time telling what was in focus, because to use the macro lens, you do have to twist the focus ring on it and adjust it manually. And when you do that, it's been really hard to tell what's actually in focus. But this new firmware update adds something that helps with that, which is called focus peaking. And so when you have it enabled, whatever is in focus is now highlighted red. And so it just makes it a lot easier to use this lens. The macro lens does exist for the GoPro Hero 13 Black, and it does have focus peaking. And so again, in my initial feedback, I was saying that that's really what the Osmo Action 6 needs to add to make the macro lens more viable, or just more useful or easier to use. And, you know, I didn't even publish that video, but they must have known that because that new feature has been added. And so I'm excited to test out my macro lens more now that I can more easily see what's in focus. So I just went out to test the new focus peaking on the macro lens, and as I was doing that, I did discover one other restriction, which is that you can only see the focus peaking on the back-facing LCD. So if you're trying to use the front-facing LCD, which is what I'm doing right now to, you know, vlog, I don't have the focus peaking. So that would be nice, DJI, if you're listening, to add that in the future, to have focus peaking on that front-facing screen as well, just to help with vlogging composition. But other than that, I am really appreciating having it. It's been making it so much easier to actually use the macro lens. Another thing that was added whenever you have the macro lens attached or the FOV boost lens attached is the ability to now shoot in those custom aspect ratio framing modes, which is also new on the Osmo Action 6. We don't have that on any other Osmo Action camera, but up until now you weren't able to do it with the macro lens attached, but now you can. And what it basically is it allows you to shoot in like a square crop. And so it just helps you to frame your shot in post-production. So you can take that original shot in the custom aspect ratio mode, and you can more easily get a horizontal or vertical shot out of it. So it just gives you more flexibility in terms of your shooting. If you're not sure if you're going to be uploading it to YouTube or to TikTok or Instagram Reels, you can now have more flexibility when you're shooting in that mode. And another kind of minor feature is that the Osmo Action 6, one of their newer settings that they have is like a higher quality mode. So it's not available in every shooting scenario. Like in 8K you can't enable it, but in 4K you can. And when you do have it enabled, it's supposed to generate a higher quality image. And so after the firmware update, the quality when you're shooting in that mode has supposedly been enhanced even more. Before I get to the final big new feature that the firmware update introduced, here's one more somewhat minor one. But if you're going to be live streaming with the Osmo Action 6, you can now use gesture controls. And so that's really nice so that you can do things like start and stop recording without having to physically touch the camera, which can introduce some shake. But the final big new feature that I think is the most significant that came out of this firmware update is the ability to auto-upload your shots directly from your camera to a cloud service of your choice. So things like Google Drive or even your own NAS system. And so this is a feature that GoPro has had for a while. It's one of my favorite features because this way you can auto backup your videos and photos from your camera without having to take your memory card out and actually put it into your camera or your phone. But one thing about the GoPro auto upload that I wasn't so wild about is that you can only upload to the GoPro cloud, which you have to purchase separately. In the case of the Osmo Action 6, it's allowing you to auto upload to a cloud service of your choice, including your own NAS or your network attached storage device, which I've done other videos about that before. I use a NAS at home. That's how I back up all of my footage so I don't have to pay, GoPro or Google or Apple to store my footage on the cloud. And so that is, I think, the best way to be backing up your footage at home. It's a little bit of extra work up front, but once it's up and running, it's just plug and play. And so now with this feature, I can input my own NAS information and have all of my footage upload directly to my own personal cloud. And so I wasn't able to fully set it up yet. In the camera settings, you can now go in, there's a new icon called Upload Management, And from there, you have to go into the DJI Mimo phone app to finish setting things up. And for some reason, my phone app, like I double checked the version, I have the latest one, but I'm missing the rest of the steps. So I'm not able to fully set up my cloud service or my NAS, but it's something that once I'm able to do that, like I plan to do that, because it just gives you so much peace of mind in terms of backing up the footage on your device without having to manually do it on your own. So those are the main new features that came out with the DJI Osmo Action 6 firmware update. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Which of those features are the most significant or the most interesting to you? And like I said before, I am still working on that best action camera comparison video. I know I have to go and update some things after this firmware update to make sure that it's more current, but the results should be really interesting, so stay tuned for that video. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video.